Greetings, students, and welcome to Business 512. My name is Brian Bovey, and I'm pleased to announce I'll be your instructor for the next 8 weeks as we learn more about information systems. I wanted to start off with just a little bit about myself. I've got degrees in organizational communication, instructional technology, and my PhD will be in leadership. I've worked for pretty much the last 25 years in the software industry in various roles, everything from project management to consulting to technical roles. Basically, I go into organizations and look at how they're currently using the software, how they can improve it, and then I help them over the course of a year or more to establish those goals and get the software working better within the organizations. Um, Clients I've worked with are all over the United States: City of Riverside, Scripps Research, City of Corona, County of Sarasota in Florida, Southern Nevada Health District. It kind of seems like if you can think of a state, I've probably worked somewhere there in a city or county generally, sometimes research and sometimes K-12 to help them through these kinds of processes. In terms of teaching, I've worked both in person and online in teaching, but this is my passion. I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to teach you in this course. Outside of my relationship with God, the most important thing in my life is my family. I've got a wife, been married to for 22 years. I've got two boys, ages 20 and 17, and one daughter, age 11. So love when I'm not working and busy with other things, spending time with them. So that's enough about me. Let's get into the actual content of the course. The description for this course for Business 512 is that you would have a basic understanding of the value and uses of information systems for business operation, management decision making, and strategic advantage. So we'll be covering basically how information systems can help in all areas of an organization, but those are some of the specific areas that we'll look at. There's really four things that I want you to accomplish during the next 8 weeks. Specifically, they are to learn how management information systems, number one, can add value to an organization and to enable that organization to succeed. Number two, to assist managers in making decisions. Number three, to gain competitive advantages. And lastly, and possibly most importantly, as Christians, to learn how technology can be used to transform God's creation into practical purposes and both the good and bad of technology that brings as Christians. The textbook for the course is Business Driven Technology by Baltzan. In the syllabus, you can get the ISBN number. There's also instructions out there on how to download that if you want to get the electronic version instead of the print. But I definitely want you guys to get out there and get that textbook as soon as possible. It's critical to have it for success in this course. In addition, I've listed an optional book. I highly recommend you read it. It's a very good book on technology and as a Christian, what it means to live in a world surrounded by technology. It's by John Dyer. It's called From the Garden to the City, and it's about the redeeming and corrupting power of technology. So each week I'll try to bring a little bit of this into our discussions and encourage you to talk about it in the forums. As far as the assignments for this course, there's basically four things that I'm going to talk about to help. The first is the introduction discussion post. You can even do that this week before you even start on week 1. You can get out there and introduce yourself to me and the other students. Just a small assignment so that I can get to better know you and the students can get to better know you and what your major is, what your areas of focus are. Secondly, each week, you'll be doing a small part of a greater assignment called a Management Information System Analysis. And so what you're going to do starting in week 1, you can even start thinking about this now, is picking an organization that you want to analyze. And that can be an organization you're part of now or one that you'd like to be a part of in the future. And each week, you'll be doing a small part of that analysis, and I'll guide you through the process. The third aspect of the course is the discussion boards. I believe this is where you really learn. So as you begin to talk about the concepts and interact with your students, so you'll be out there discussing actual case studies. We'll have case studies that correlate to the concept for the content for each week. So you'll be responding to those as well as interacting with your peers. And then also talking about how that particular week relates with our life as Christians and the biblical integration of that. And then finally, all of your assignments, all of those individual projects that you'll conduct each week will culminate in your management information system analysis in a paper that you'll turn in during week 8. So as part of that, there's two things that we'll look at each week is what's called a SWOT analysis, and we'll look at IR's 4-domain architecture. It's a method of analyzing information systems. So again, basically you're going to work through each week and analyze an organization, and I'll help guide you through that process in terms of management information systems, and you'll have the discussion boards, and I think that kind of summarizes what you'll be covering during this course. As to how that breaks down for your grade, that's what everybody wants to know, is how does this affect me and how can I get an A in the course? That's what I'm showing you here. First of all, the initial assignment, the discussion board, is just worth 40 points, so go out there and get that done. Introduce yourself to me and the rest of the class. Secondly, the profile of the organization is also during week 1. That's where you're going to write a small paper telling me who your organization is, the organization you selected, and some other information about it. And then each week, you'll, as I said before, you'll conduct a small portion of that analysis. So those 6 assignments, each of them is 50 points. And then each week you have your discussion boards. There's 7 of those worth 60 points. So as you can see, that's going to be the greatest point total for your grade. So you want to do well on those and focus on that. And then lastly, at the end on week 8, for 180 points, you'll have the paper that you'll turn in that will basically be a culmination of everything you worked towards for the previous 7 weeks as part of that management information systems analysis. So I think it's something you'll be really proud of. At the end of this course, you'll have a paper that you can turn in and feel it's sort of a portfolio piece that to show future employers of how you were able to analyze an organization in terms of management information systems. So now what? Before we start week 1, well, I would encourage you, if you haven't already, to go ahead and complete the welcome activity. You're obviously doing that now. You're on the first video, but go ahead and look at the other links that are out there. I think that'll help you. There's a little bit on keys for success and information on how you can, secondly, order your book. That's really important. Make sure you go out there and do that. Make sure you have it before week 1. And then introduce yourself to the class. Go out on the discussion forum and introduce yourself to me and the rest of the class, and so we can get to know each other and make this a productive journey for you. I think that about covers everything. I am here for you guys. I'm dedicated to helping you. I'm at my desk, it seems, 24/7. So if you email me, I will respond to your email within 1 day for sure, at the very latest. And I'm just want to support you in whatever way I can. So feel free to reach out at any point to email me, and I'll reply back right away and help you out. So I think that's it. I'm just looking forward to working with all of you, and we'll talk to you again during week 1.